Jay Haynes of the Film Sensei YouTube channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to create this 3D line art in HitFilm Express for free. Alright, so first thing I want to do is go get textures. So I'm going to go today to Texture Ninja. And I think I will look under the ground section and maybe grab this one right here. These are free, and I will go ahead and download that. Then I'll head on over to Production Crate, and I think I'm very fond of this star plane symbol Pentagram 3, so I will go ahead and download that. Then I will bring those into HitFilm Express. In HitFilm Express, I'll go ahead and start by making a new composite shot. Doesn't have to be long. Let's just make it, say, 6 seconds and click OK. I will drag in my line art, and then I will fit that to be the height of the composite shot. I'll go ahead and right-click on that, make into a composite shot, and we will just call this line art. I will go ahead and select to take both of those with and click OK. Back in the main composite shot, I want to now go ahead and bring in the ground texture, and again I will go ahead and fit that to frame. Searching under the effects, I will find the set matte effect, dropping that into the ground texture and sourcing the line art graphic. Having done that, I will go ahead and select them both, right click, and make those into a composite shot, calling that the face of the extrusion effect. Back in the main composite shot, I can right click on that and duplicate it, and I will rename the duplicate Extrusion. This will be the extrusion part of the graphic. And I'm going to add 3 effects to this. The first effect I will add will be the zoom blur effect. And then I can adjust the strength to something in the negatives. For now, I'll make it about -13 or so. The second effect is the crush blacks and whites alpha effect. And if I set the opaque value of that to 0.01, then you can see that it is making that a solid line. And then last but not least, I want to add a brightness and contrast effect to that. And then I can just sort of dial that down a little bit so that it is a little darker on the sides of this than on the face of it. Let's go ahead and make those into 3-dimensional. And this will add a new camera, adding a new point, also 3D. I will call this the position of the line art, and I will go ahead and parent both the face and the extrusion to that position. Now you'll notice that if I just rotate that, you can see that that's just a flat image. So we are going to add the 3 dimensions to that by creating another new point, making it 3-dimensional, call it the focus point, and I'm just going to set that back in space 1,000,000 pixels to the negative. Putting that below, under the extrusion, zoom blur, center, use layer, I will use the focus point, and I want to parent the focus point to the position. So now when this rotates, you can see that I have a pretty good 3D extrusion. Now this will break down if I go too far, so just don't go too far. Let's go about -35 degrees, set a keyframe there. We'll go to the end of the timeline, set a new keyframe for 35, and now when we scrub through the timeline, you can see that it's rotating this way. And let me go ahead and turn off the floor planes as well as the checkerboard background here. So now what I want to do is create a light source. So we'll just add a new light source, and you can see that if I adjust this, that light source is actually affecting my 3-dimensional objects. So we're just going to set up a 3-point lighting system. So I have a key light that's set at 50% intensity on the left front, fill light that's set at 30% and set to the front right, and then a backlight set directly behind, set to 20%. All of them have cast shadows turned on. And now if I open up the face, you can see that if I open up this, I can go ahead and add cast shadows, and then also under the extrusion material properties, cast shadows as well. Now to add a little bit of 3-dimensional depth, we're going to go ahead and search for the parallax effect and bring that, placing it on the face, and then I can go ahead and just dial this back. It doesn't have to be quite so strong. That's pretty good. Now because the parallax effect comes with its own illumination, we can go ahead and turn off the illumination under materials and that should work pretty well. And with that, we have this three-dimensional line art. Now, the beauty of this setup is that if you go back into the line art graphic and you were to bring in a different line art, say for example this tattoo stamp, and again we just fit that to the height. Going back into the main composite shot, you can see that this automatically and procedurally updates this effect here in the main composite shot. So with that, I'm Jay Haynes for the Film Sensei YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.